If your video is on, my energy will be on. Okay, we are live.
Hare Krishna, everybody. So, welcome back and thank you so much for joining. Here we have His Grace Sanatana Dharma prabhuji with us, and we are discussing upon Nrsimha Caturdasi. And we are so glad to have your association, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining. And you may just lead the session for day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna devotees. It's so good to be back with you once again. So it's already happy Nrsimha Chaturdashi in India. And today morning I had the fortune of addressing a group of devotees. So right my morning, it was 5 a.m. I had a class, and 5 a.m. usually in our ISKCON temples is Nrsimha Arati. So at Nrsimha Arati, we had an opportunity to glorify Nrsimha Bhagwan. It's again a request to all the devotees who come to the Zoom room. Do not worry, you will not come on YouTube. You can just keep your videos on. Only I'll be there. None of you will be seen on YouTube. Don't worry. And if anyone wants to come, let me know. Right? But then otherwise, you all can please turn on your videos. What happens? I feel very much involved and happy if all of you come. That will boost my enthusiasm to serve all of you. So please consider doing that. All right, and keep it on, let it on. And if you think, oh, I'm not having such a wonderful face, you think like that, then turn on your videos, zoom it on your ceiling, on your fan, anywhere, but except those black boxes. Anything is fine. All right. So once again, thank you all for assembling. Wish you all a very happy Nrsimha Chaturdashi. And I guess for the Edmonton, it's going to be tomorrow morning, right? But still, you're all preparing your consciousness. I'm very glad you're doing that. So we will commence with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome once again, dear devotees. I'm going to make a small request. Of course, it's not about turning on videos, that is always there. But how many of you did attend yesterday's lecture discussion? How many of you were there yesterday, 8:45? I can see Chandni ji there, Nitya, Hari, Priya Mataji. Priya was there. All right. Arjun Sakapru was also there. Some of you were there. Jayanti Mataji, of course, she's there. Preeti Mataji. So what I'll like you all to do is next 2-3 minutes, let's just share Tamil. Thank you, Part Pro, for being there. Can you just share one point, what you liked, whatever point? Do not worry. Anything that you liked from yesterday's lecture. You're free to raise your hand and speak. You're also free to type it in the chat. Either way is fine. But please share something, whatever you liked from yesterday's class. Haribo. Who would like to go first? Usually it's the first hand that is very difficult. Once one hand comes up, then other hands follow. The first hand is the challenge. Anybody? Yes. Go ahead. Priya.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, what I liked the most about yesterday's class was we are not just the das, but we are the slave of the Lord. So, we have to be very concerned with this point in our life. Like we don't have the option to change our master. We are not just just the just the das.
Yes, we're not just a servant, but we are slave. Das actually means the servant has a deeper meaning. A slave. Amazing point, Caught. Very good. This was one of, in fact, my key takeaways in my life personally when I heard this for the first time. Thank you so much for making this wonderful point. Let's see Arjun Sakha Prabhu. Narsimarti recitation by you, Prabhuji. I spoke after that. The point after that. Something after that. Thank you. Anyone else would like to say? Whatever you remember, whatever you liked. I will at least like to take 3-4 more points. Who's up next? So she said wonderfully. I know you guys definitely will have some nice reflections. Yes. Parth Prabhu. Love and devotion of Prahlad Maharaj, Narsimdev is not dangerous, but he protects his devotees. Correct. Yes. He's dangerous for the demons. For them, he's death personified. But for devotees, he's just like Krishna. How Krishna would deal the same way. Okay. Preeti Mataji liked Prahlad's prayers. Thank you. But Prahlad's prayers was today morning, not yesterday. I was asking something from yesterday. Anyone else? Two more points at least. I know many of you were there. Okay, Jayanti Mataji. There were different qualities which Prahlad Maharaj had. So, on which quality you like the most? You can say that also. Yes, Rituparna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. I like the most that the quality of the devotees is to forgive. And Prahlad Maharaj did that. He forgave his father who tried to kill him. And similarly, he also gave the references how Amrish Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, all of them forgave. And also Amrish Maharaj prayed and gave all his spiritual uh, achievements to Durvasa Muni, and Prithu Maharaj also made friendship with Indra, and how Prahlad is praying. Nrsimha Dev was asking, "What do you want?" And Prahlad said that I want only that you forgive my father and just liberate him.
Yeah,
So
so not
that's,
only did Prahlad forgive him, he asked for his liberation. Father's
yes.
liberation. Thank you. Thank you so much for this point. That shows Shama of different levels we are talking about. Okay, after so many difficulties, then too he was praying for his father. Yes, correct. Thank you. That's a quality you also liked. Prahlad did not, Ditya Haripriya Mataji, Prahlad didn't have any material desires. Correct. He didn't want. He didn't have in first place. And what is the prayer he did? Even if there are material desires, please take it away. There's one more point. 21 generations get liberated by Lord's gifts. Thank you, Vaishnavi Mataji. 21 generations. 10 up, 10 down, and 1. Thank you. Thank you all so much for contributing to the wonderful list of points which we discussed yesterday. And let's begin today's discussion. Haribo. All right. So, what is the topic for today? The topic for today is killing of the demon Hiranyakasipu. I was mentioning a point in today morning's class, and I thought even you all should know. So there were two servants of the Lord as the gatekeepers, Jai and Vijaya. So they were cursed by the four Kumaras, owing to which they were given a choice, 7 birds as devotees or 3 birds as demons. And they decided 3 is lesser than 7, so let's go for demons. So they came as Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, the HK brothers, then Ravana and Kumbhakarna, Shishupal and Dantavakra. So if you see, each of these demons represent a particular anartha. Dantavakra, yes, he represented anger. That was his weapon with which he came to attack Krishna. Shishupal represented envy. Kumbhakarna was always sleeping. He represents illusion. Ravana was lusty even towards the very Jagannatha, Sita. Hiranyaksha showed the highest form of greed to enjoy everything for oneself. He stole the earth, deprived earth of all the gold. And Hiranyakashipu, what is left for him? Who can say? So what does Hiranyakashipu signify? You can all put it in the chat as well. Yes, so Hiranyakashipu stands for dash. What's the dash? Come on, there are only 6 anarthas. 5 are done. Fame. Fame is anartha. Pride. That's the anartha. The best way for all of you to remember anarthas, I have a sutra. I call it the gap lie sutra. If you have this anartha, then there will be a gap that lies between you and Krishna. We remove these anarthas, that gap is bridged. Greed, anger, pride, lust, illusion, envy. Easy? Greed, anger, pride, gap, LIE, lust, illusion, envy. Yes, so we have to remove this gap between us and Krishna. And Hiranyakashipu signifies pride. What sort of a pride he had, we are going to see as we proceed ahead. All right. So this The highlight of this chapter is Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill his own son. Actually, this is what probed the discussion between Narad and Yudhishthir. Originally, what had happened was Yudhishthir was performing the Rajasuya Yajna, and Shishupal had come there. The Shishupal was blaspheming Krishna like anything. And Krishna had promised his aunt, Shishupal was after all his aunt's son, he was his cousin. So Krishna promised his aunt that till the time he criticizes me 100 times, I will tolerate. 100th time, I'm going to kill him. And Shishupal, what he would do, he will usually keep a count. He had a counter, probably, clicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll come till 99 and then go away, run away. Because one more, he knows he's going to die. So, such a rascal. He would go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 99 and then run away. So each time he would do that. But that day when Krishna was receiving the Agra Puja, the special worship on Rajasuya Yajna, Shishupal could not control his anger. And Krishna warned him also, Shishupal 98. Shishupal 99, please. Krishna was warning him. He did not care. He went for the 100th and Shishupal was killed, delivered with Sudarshan Chakra. After which, everybody observed that the soul of Shishupal went inside the body of Krishna. And that is when Yudhishthira Maharaj was shocked. Please, Narad Muni, Gurudev, question. So the Rajasuya Yajna became a Bhagavatam class. Right, so please question, what exactly is this? Then Narad Muni starts the story. Actually, there were two people, Jai, Vijay, like that. So he was quickly describing all the Jai, Vijay avatars. Yes, they are also avatars. Please don't consider these demons to be fallen. No, they advent from the kingdom of God to the earth. Just like Lord descends, these two personalities also descend. So when they came, so then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, can you all hear me? Is it good?
Yes,
So we
Prabhuji,
just had
now
a,
it's good.
okay, we had a power failure because of which I had to switch the internet. What was the last point that you heard me speaking? Power's back. Yes, anybody? What is the last point? One, I want a line. What is the line? Descend. Okay, the demons descend. That's very important for us to know that the demons, they also incarnate because they are the servants of God. So we should never say the demons have fallen, right? So they come. So that time, one by one, after he described, Narad Muni said there was this Hiranyakashipu who wanted to kill his own son. Doubt. Yudhishthira Maharaj immediately says, please, I have a doubt. Which father would want to kill his own son? Is there any father in this world who would like to kill his own son? That is how the Prahlada Katha starts. That's the beginning. Then Narad Muni gives a very nice build-up of how Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they came. Hiranyaksha was slain and Hiranyakashipu wanted to avenge for his death. So he underwent tapasya. He became very proud, but then he could not tolerate his son's devotion to Krishna. He was always against Prahlad's devotion. But what happened? Initially, Prahlad was a devotee. He would rebuke him with strong words. You are a Kula Dushana. You are nothing but a blemish on our dynasty. That guy, Vishnu, has killed your uncle Hiranyaksha. He is our enemy. And you're worshipping that person? He would rebuke him. But what made him actually murder Prahlad? What made him so that he wanted to kill Prahlad? That's something we want to figure out today. All right. So let's go to not so beginning, but to the beginning. What did Prahlad Maharaj do? P for Prahlad, P for preaching. Prahlad the preacher. This was the problem. You practice Krishna consciousness, there was no problem. When you start preaching Krishna consciousness, that was a big problem. And preaching Krishna consciousness is very natural for a devotee. A devotee will always preach. Imagine you relish some very nice. You all must be liking prasad, right? You all have favorite sweets. You can just put some names of some favorite sweet prasadam. which you probably like in the fast breaking menu. To have. Some of them like rasgullas, some like rasmalais. I know it's fasting time for us. Rasmalai, okay. What more? Like kheer, amazing. Gulab jamun, okay. Puliogare, is it sweet? It's a tamarind rice. Good morning. I asked for sweet. Pasta is also not a sweet. Arjun Sakha Prabhu. Paneer. Pizza is not a sweet. Swarab Prabhu. Come on. I think my voice is breaking. I was talking about sweet, not just prasad. Right. Okay. Anyways, so you all want, instead of sweet, you want pizza. Sevai. Okay. Many good sweets have come up. At this sweet point of time, what I'd like to do is I'm switching my internet. Just you have to tolerate me for a few seconds. We are back? Yeah, we are back. So I switched the net and few more sweets added. Very nice. So imagine you love the sweet. And that's the menu that's there in your temple for Nrsimha Caturdasi. Nrsimha Bhagwan has appeared with a wonderful sweet. Nrsimha, you taste it. And you relished it so much. And suppose one of your devotee friends, very close friends, has not come, what you would do? You'll do three things. Number one, yes, make a video call to tease him. See, Prabhu, you did not come for festival. There are sweets. Number two, what you may do is you may pack something for him. Right? Pack something for him. So these two are, okay, first one is actually a very jovial friend. Second one is a caring friend. But if you are a very compassionate friend, you should speak in such a way, Prabhu, what a Rasmalai. You should call him and tell him, glorify Rasmalai Prasad. Wherever he is, whichever part of the city, he will run and come. Prabhu, Prasad. Yes. So anything you love and relish, you would like to definitely glorify and share it. So pure devotees of the Lord, similarly, for them the sweetest experience of the sweet is Krishna consciousness. There is no bigger sweet than Krishna consciousness. That is why preaching Krishna consciousness is very natural to these devotees. It's very natural. So Prahlada, he went to school. He did not like any of the subjects of the school. So when one day he got a break period, a recess, and in that particular recess, he found the opportunity. He could see, I have a great preaching opportunity here. A preacher always looks for a preaching opportunity. Just like a businessman. A businessman looks always for a business opportunity. How can I strike a business deal? How can this person be my asset? How can this person be a contact? For him, every meet, they even go for business parties for what purpose? To increase contacts. So similarly, the devotees also, they are always waiting. Where will I get opportunity to preach Krishna consciousness? They are like that spiritual businessman. And even Prabhupada said, preaching is our family business. Yes, so look for an opportunity. How can we convert this into a preaching opportunity? So the teachers were gone. And Prahlada thought, okay, so I have my classmates, such a wonderful people. They are young. Actually, bhakti should be practiced at the age of 5. Kaumaram acharet prajna. That's what he told his friends. This practice of Krishna consciousness should start at the age of 5. When Kumara Avastha is there, one is still a Kumara. That is the time one should practice. Yes. And one is Kumar till the age of 5. So Kaumaram acharet prajna. The moment one begins the understanding, yes, a little bit of understanding dawns. That's the Kumar Avastha, around the age of 5. That is the time one should practice Krishna consciousness. So he feels these are all Kumaras, Kumar Avastha. This is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. And thus he instructs all his wonderful friends. Yes, all the sons of demons become attached to Lord Vishnu. You know, the greatest preaching can be done by friends. How many of you are sitting here because of a friend who preached to you? Anyone here? Like that? One of your friend. I can see few hands up there. Arjun Sakha Prabhu was there. Dashrath Prabhu is there. Saurabh Prabhu also raised his hand. So many of you are raising hands. Because of a friend told, wonderful. What is wonderful? Are Prasad is wonderful. First, that's the language we understand, right? Prasad is wonderful. So after Prasad is wonderful, oh, these people are also wonderful. People are also wonderful. What else? The music is wonderful. Okay, music is also wonderful. What they speak is also wonderful. What they speak is also wonderful. Chanting? Okay. Chanting is also wonderful. Fine. Last, it is there. So like that, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We keep saying, we keep glorifying the process, and you hear. Yeah. So one day Prabhupada had gone to one temple. He went to that particular temple and he asked that, oh, so there are no newcomers coming to the temple? This was a temple in the country, not in India. He says, Prabhupada, not many people come, the locals, they don't come to temple. All right, then what do you do? What are you doing about it? So the devotees said that because they don't come to temple, we go out for Harinam Sankirtan. Then Prabhupada was very happy, very good. If they are not coming, you are going out, very nice. You will get Nityananda's mercy. Because that's our moment. Adhama patite jive dware dware giya. We are going door to door. So you're doing that. And then Prabhupada immediately with watery, childlike eyes looks at them. How is their response? And these devotees said, some of them are smiling. Some of them are waving with us. Some of them are tapping their feet and, rocking their neck. Some of them are clapping. And one of them came and told, you guys are doing a fabulous work. Prabhupada said, Joy, anyone who has appreciated the Sankirtan of Lord Chaitanya, his bhakti has begun. Haribol. So just by a little bit of appreciation for Krishna consciousness, our Krishna consciousness will begin. That's the power. Right? That's the power of Krishna consciousness. So all these wonderful Asura Mitras, they're no longer Asuras. They're Asuras only in family namesake. And when the teachers found out, my God, the news reached the teachers. The teachers became very fearful. What is the goal? Our master Hiranyakasipu had entrusted Prahlada to us. And they told, come here, make this boy a demon. Now wait a minute. Make this boy a better demon than me also. Train him. Train him to become demon. Is there any training required to be a demon? No. Just don't do bhakti, you will become demon. This material world is programmed to make us demons. We don't absolutely need any kind of programming to become demon. It is there. That propensity is very much there. Just shh. Don't listen to kirtan. Don't listen to harikatha. Don't have prasadam. Break the regulative principles. Just flow by what people are doing. We become demons. This world is programmed to become demons. Right? In school, we used to have prayers. In college, that's over. At college, there are temples in college. Some colleges have temples and places of worship. If you want, you go. Wallet. In school, it was compulsory. And when you go to job, no. Nothing at all. We don't have anything to give and take with God. Absolutely. So we see that how in different phases of life, from studenthood to collegehood to, job, it's slowly, gradually the system is made in such a way to push out God. So you don't have to get any training to be a demon. Just engage in materialistic activities. That's what he expected. But now the result is exactly opposite. So they were very much afraid. My God, what are we going to do now? This fellow not only has become a devotee, he has made everyone into devotee. And if we continue this program, then the boys would become more and more devoted to Lord. Yes. So even Shand and Amarka understood. They understood this power of bhakti. That bhakti is like infection. Prabhupada many times in his purpose sometimes says, infected with Krishna consciousness. This is a nice infection. Just recently, about 5 years ago, we had faced this novel coronavirus pandemic. Right? This virus is spreading. One fellow coughs, is coughing or sneezing, it spreads everywhere. So similarly, this Krishna consciousness is also a healthy, positive infection, which has a tendency to spread. In fact, you know a very wonderful thing? Can I tell you a wonderful point? The moment somebody comes in contact with a devotee, he's coming in contact with devotee, Brahmaji celebrates. Jai. The person who has come in contact with a devotee is now going back to Godhead. So Brahmaji starts preparing a sweet for that person. And before the sweet preparation is over, that person has already gone back. That is the power of the contact of association of devotees, which all these Asura Mitras have received. They are no longer Asuras. And they knew the more we keep Prahlad with this Boys, their bhakti is going to grow and grow, and association. So they were completely aware of the power of association. In fact, if we be with Prahlad, we will also become devotee. Yes, we will also become devotee. Many times in some countries, when the parents of an individual found out that he's become part of Hare Krishna movement, they would actually put them in deprogram centers. They have got brainwashed. Please cleanse them. Same thing had happened to His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj. When His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj was, they understood that this person has become a devotee. His parents put him to a psychologist, a counselor. Yes, please look at this fellow. Because Giriraj Maharaj was born with a silver spoon. Very rich, very well to do. In fact, his father had gone to Prabhupada and given a blank check. Please sign whatever you want. Take it and give my son back. So that much of wealth he had. So leaving all that, he is going and chanting and dancing on streets. What is this? So they called this person, deprogrammer. He said, don't worry, you keep me with him. You will leave within half an hour, he'll be all right. He'll become normal. After 5 minutes, this deprogrammer came out and he said, I don't know about if your son is mad or not, but if I stay another second with this person, I am going to go crazy for sure. I don't know if I can deprogram him, but within 1 second more I stay, I may become a devotee. That's the power. That's the power of Krishna consciousness, which Sant and Amarkas understood very well. And that's why they went to report about Prahlad's preaching report. See what your son has done. Yes, so they in detail the effect of Prahlad's preaching, they went and told Hiranyakasipu. And as soon as Hiranyakasipu heard this, he decided, I'm going to kill my son. Yes, I will kill him. So this is the nature of this material world. What was Hiranyakasipu doing few chapters back? Prahlad, please come. Sit on my lap. Let me smell your hair. Let me caress your body. My son. Prahlad, he was embraced. Such a nice affection. Few chapters later, 3 chapters, love is all gone. This is the nature of a demon. Just look at Kamsa. Kamsa, his love for Devaki, my younger sister, like my daughter. Drivers, go on vacation. Chutti, it's a vacation time for all of you. I will personally become the driver. I will personally escort my sister and brother-in-law to their new palace which I have built for them. Come Devaki, he became a driver. Yes, it was no less than something of like Krishna becoming driver of Arjuna, renouncing his opulence. Kamsa renounced his opulence just to be driver of a sister. So much love going. As soon as the Akashvani announcement, Brahmaji usually takes the mic and announces. So he took the mic and announced what happened. He gave up the reins. With one hand he was holding the hair of Devaki, with the other hand he was about to slit her throat, to chop her, because this one lady is going to finish my existence. And why did Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill Prahlad? Because he understood this one boy is finishing my existence. Of course, Prahlad is not killing Hiranyakashipu, but he is killing his pride. My power, my might, my fear that is there, my terror which is ruining this entire universe is going to be destroyed by this one tiny small boy, which unfortunately happens to be my own son. It's going to get over. And Hiranyakashipu could not tolerate this. So my dear friends, we cannot trust a person with uncontrolled mind and senses. There's a shloka that comes about Hiranyakashipu in the Bhagavatam. Yes? Sa ittam nirjija kakube ekarat vishayan priyan yathova joshan ulbano natripyan ajitendriya. Hiranyakashipu, despite being the sole emperor of this entire material world, this material universe, atripyan, he was not satisfied because ajitendriya, he didn't have controlled senses. So a person with uncontrolled senses cannot be trusted even if one is one's own relative. This is the harsh truth and reality of this world. So he decided to murder Prahlad with different plots and plans. We are not discussing that. Many things, you all know it. In fact, what did Prahlad do? Would look at Prahlad's response to his anger. Prahlad fell down at the feet of his father and spoke many, many things to just pacify him. Father, please. Father, no. Father, this. But even Prahlad could not be successful in satisfying his demoniac father. So he tried to take a very humble role. But demons are not so easily satisfied. It's absolutely not possible to satisfy a demon. Krishna, he tried 17 times. Can you imagine Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, trying to convince Duryodhana? Hey, my dear chap, please understand. If there are only three things. Number one, if you think you're better than the Pandavas, give them 5 villages and finish it off. You're better, right? If you think you're lower than the Pandavas, go and surrender to their feet, which is not going to happen. If you think you're equals, then sit across and talk. Don't be unreasonable. Duryodhana said, I am not going to give even that much land which can rest on the tip of a needle. I'm not giving it to them. That was unreasonably adamant nature of Duryodhana. Then Krishna could not convince. So demons are like, that's the nature of demons. No matter how much ever good advice you give, they don't get convinced. In fact, everybody advised Ravana, please give back Mother Sita. Everybody. In fact, so much to say, I don't want to give more details, so much to say Ravan went inside, he locked up himself. And he asked his other 9 heads. One head represented Dharma, another strategic planning, third time management. He had heads for everything. So he asked, nine of you, chalo, your odd member committee, please vote. Should I give back Sita or not? You vote. Because committee should always be odd number, so that you don't have draw. There's a proper vote. And you know what? 9 out of 9, everybody said, Ravana, please give back Sita. Still he didn't agree. Such level of adamance. So what to do? Prahlad is cornered now. But now his pacification didn't work. So let's preach. You know something? There is a philosophy. If you cannot convince a person, confuse him. You're not able to convince a person, well, confuse him. And the best way to confuse a person is to speak philosophy, which he is not going to understand. So Prahlad then started his powerful preaching. Hiranyakasipu is a typical demon. What is the meaning of typical demon? Demon has one quality. Ishwaroham aham bhogi siddhoham balavan sukhi. This is the philosophy of a demon. It comes in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What does it mean? Ishwaro aham. I am greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am controlling Supreme Lord also. There was a lady who was very offensive that she would go in front of Jagannath in Rajapur, Mayapur district, and she would show her feet to Jagannath every day. She would go, show her feet and go ahead. I am better than God. But one day she got such a disease. She had a lot of money, pride of money and power and post. She tried all the treatments of the world. She was so frail and weak. Doctor, she would arrange very, very costly airfares to get the best of the doctor and medical treatment from all over the world to her place to heal. But nothing was happening. Finally, she had to be advised, please have Jagannath's Mahaprasad. That was the only cure she had. She had to beg forgiveness for all her offenses and take the Jagannath Mahaprasad, which actually treated her. Yes. So this is the power. The demon thinks, this is a demonic mentality. I am greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prahlad challenged him. He said, you are not God. This preaching. And Prabhupada would also preach this strongly. Anybody who calls himself as God is dog. Heard that? Prabhupada would often say that. Anyone who calls himself God is dog. This is the philosophy. So the demons are speaking dog's philosophy. And then he began to glorify Supreme Lord. So my dear friends, what we're about to learn from Prahlad's glorification is a standard glorification that the Bhagavatam keeps repeating. If you see any prayer of any Acharya, any personality of Bhagavatam, this is the sum and substance of that. Number one, God is everywhere. He's all pervading. This is first point. And Hiranyakasipu this time was seriously taking a note of the philosophy. Till now he was not hearing. But now he was hearing. He wanted to know. He was very much interested to know what this voice filled of. So the first point is God is all-pervading. I would request you also to hear attentively, because even Hiranyakasipu is hearing attentively. Number two, everything is under him, including you. He is superior, everyone is. Everything is under his control. Under him means under his control. Number three, nobody is equal or greater than him. He's called Asama Urdhva. Nobody greater or equal to Krishna. So finally, because of point number 1, 2, and 3, if we extrapolate this, the final conclusion is surrender. Surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Be submissive. Do not rebel. Do not compete. Don't challenge. Surrender. Now here, Hiranyakashipu refers to the typical mentality of a Jivatma. Why did we come from the spiritual world to material world? In order to be independent, autonomous, rebellious enjoyers. And that's what Hiranyakashipu's mentality is. On the other hand, Prahlada is the scripture. He's representing the Shastra and Guru, who are repeatedly telling the Jiva that Krishna is all-pervading, he's the supreme controller, and he's the greatest. So, surrender unto him. This is the conclusion. Now, Hiranyakashipu had heard the lecture very attentively. So, Hiranyakashipu, Prabhu, what was his reaction? My God, the more Prahlada glorified the Supreme Lord in front of Hiranyakashipu, the more angry and agitated he became. Upadeshanti hi murkhanam prakopaya janati. If you go and give upadesh to a fool, he's going to become much more angry. That's what Shastras say. That's why you should not give upadesh. You should give upadesh to only two people. First, if he's your child. Second, if he's your disciple. Only then you can give upadesh. You give upadesh to somebody, free advice, you're going to get bashed up mostly. Yes, for the free advice. So person who's a murkha, a fool, you give upadesh, that person will become much more angry. And that's what the demons have shown. That's a demoniac nature. You hear upadesh, hey, you're instructing me, you fool. They become even more angry. So Hiranyakashipu's agitation and anger kept increasing. Just like, for example, Vibhishana was instructing Ravana. He was the only genuine well-wisher Ravana had. Only genuine well-wisher. Others were all simply his yes men. They knew this fellow is a crooked fellow, but what to do? We have to be with him. So they were just his yes men. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. That's all they kept doing. The only genuine friend he had was Vibhishan. He chucked him out. Similarly, Dhritarashtra, the only genuine friend he had was Vidura. Others all at Bhishma, Drona, they were also great souls, but they had given up. This fool give up. But Vidura had not given up. And he didn't give up even in the end. After the war was over, he came. Because he understood, Dhritarashtra, you had attachment of Duryodhana till now, but now where is your attachment? It's gone. So now you also go. I've come to take you from. Right? So here Prahlada is actually a genuine friend of Hiranyakashipu. Who is a friend? Friend is not a person who pampers our senses, who is massaging our ego. No. Friend is a person who takes us close to Krishna. He is a friend. Anyone who's taking us close to Krishna is a friend. Anyone who's taking us away from Krishna is our enemy. And mostly who takes us away from Krishna, they are the anarthas. They take us away from Krishna. So we should always see, is this association taking me close to Krishna? It is sadhu sangha. Is this association taking me away from Krishna? This is what? This is asadhu sangha. So which kind of sangha that we want to be part of? Right? Are we getting closer to Krishna? Are we going away from Krishna? So he became even more angry and agitated. And finally, Hiranyakashipu, because he had heard the Upadesh very nicely, what was the first point? Who remembers? What? I told you to attend attentively here. Now you have to tell me, which was the first point that I mentioned, that Prahlad mentioned. 3 points were there. And finally, conclusion was surrender. What is the first point? Come on. God is all-pervading. Thank you, Sridhar Prabhu. God is all-pervading. And that is why he asked, my dear Vaishnava son, you think, if you said God is all pervading as per your first point, is he there within the columns of this palace? Because I have the original blueprints of this palace. I was there when this palace was constructed. I was personally undergoing the supervision. I was there when these pillars were also found. So I did not see anyone going inside. I did not see anyone going inside and hiding there. So I am very sure there is nobody inside. So with that full confidence that no one is here, he asked, so Prahlad, you think your Vishnu is here? Tell me, come on, tell me. Show it, prove it. Many times even we get these arguments. You are actually a God man? I say, no, I'm trying to be a good man. You do puja and bhakti of God? We try to. Where is God? Show me God. How many of you got these arguments from your friends? No, there is no God. Show me God. Where is he? Yes, we all get, right? Typical demoniac argument. Where is he? Show me God. The question is, same thing, Hiranyakasipu challenged Prahlad. But we see the faith and conviction of Prahlad. How did he respond? He immediately accepted that since the Lord is present everywhere, he is also present within the columns. He had complete faith. Yes, this complete faith. And Hiranyakashipu was saying, nonsense philosophy, let me prove it to you. I will prove it to you there is no God in this pillar. So he, with his fist, powerful fist, he just struck the pillar. And what came immediately was a sound. There was a huge sound, a tumultuous sound. Hiranyakashipu could not see it. You can all see like a movie. He was not immediately able to see anything. What is that? I'm not able to see. I'm not able to see anything. What's there? He couldn't see something for a second or two. But then all of a sudden, he could see that just to substantiate Prahlad's statements, the Lord came out of his pillar in his wonderful incarnation as Narasimha, half lion, half man. Evo, Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai. I would like to show you a shloka from Bhagavatam, very important shloka. This, you all can try to recite this shloka with me. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshvakileshu chatmanah adrishyatayad bhutarupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusham. Satyam vidhatum, in order to prove that my devotee speaks the truth. Satyam vidhatum. Nija bhritya, my servant, bhashitam, whatever my servant has spoken, in order to prove that's truth. That same Lord, vyaptum cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana, he's pervading everywhere and in the hearts of everyone is Paramatma. That personality, adrishtaya adbhuta rupam udvahan, that particular form which nobody had seen, that wondrous form, he took stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusham. He came out from the pillar, and this particular form that Hiranyakashipu saw, he's not a man. Hey, neither is he an animal. What is he? He's not a namrigam, namanusham. Mriga is animal, namanusham. Why? There is one more devotee's promise that Krishna had to keep. Who is that devotee? Who can tell me? There's one more devotee's promise that Krishna has to keep. Prahlad, yes. Prahlad's words to be truth. One more devotee's promise. Nija Bhritya Bhashitam. Who is that? That is Brahma. Because Hiranyakashipu had asked for one point we will see. He had asked for a blessing. The first blessing was, I don't want to be killed by any of the 8.4 million species that you have created. Tathastu. Yes, Brahma had to give it. So now, there is absolutely no species of half man, half lion in the existence. We only find them now. If you see many of the cartoon artists, they are also imitating Nrsimha Bhagwan, Pink Panther, and all these things, half man, half lion, half leopard. They're trying to make like this. Yeah, talking. Those who are talking like that. So they have taken all this from scriptures only. But originally, Navrigam Namanusham, this is a form taken so that Brahmaji's words can be true. As soon as Hiranyakasipu saw the darshan of this half man, half lion, he immediately understood that the extraordinary, wonderful form of Lord was surely meant for his death. This is the second point about demons. Even when Lord stands face to face, they understand his death. My death has come. The same thing happened even in the Kamsa's Kushti Rangmanch, that fight where the duel was going to take place. When Krishna and Balram entered that arena, Malla naam ashane nrinam naravaram strinam smaro murtiman gopayam swajanam ashatam shitibujam shashtasva pitro sishuhu mrityor bhojapater virata vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevate viditum rangam gatas sagraja. It's a beautiful shloka. You can all read it if you want. It's 10:43-17 Bhagavatam. But point is, mrityur bhojapati. Kamsa, as soon as he saw, oh no, my death has come. Now please, I want you all to respond to this in chat. If your death personified is standing in the front, what you do? Of course, you will chant Nrsimha. Chant Krishna. Surrender. Surrender. Yes, you will shiver, but you will surrender, definitely. So I surrender, please. Some compassion is there in everyone. Please say. You surrender. You will not fight it. You will surrender. If you know death is going to come. Same thing had happened when Ashwatthama launched, he launched totally 6 Brahmastras. 5 Brahmastras to kill the 5 Pandavas and 1 Brahmastra to eliminate Parikshit in the womb. So Mahabharata says the 5 Brahmastras came towards Pandavas. There's only one way to counteract Brahmastra. Anyone knows what is that? Surrender. Bend down. Just bend down. So you bend down like that, Brahmastra will leave you. So 4 Pandavas were willing to bend down. One fellow was not willing to bend down. You know who is that? Bhima. I will not bend down. All 4 Pandavas. Yudhishthira was telling Bhima, bend. Arjuna also saying, Bhaiya, bend. Nakul said together, Bhaiya, bend down. Bhima, no, I'll not bend. So Yudhishthira, Arjun, Nakul said all put together made Bhima bend, and the Brahmastra just passed. It didn't do anything. That's the only way to conquer Brahmastra. You bend down, Brahmastra leaves you. Just bend down. And that's all Hiranyakasipu had to do. Then we heard that, I give up. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Prahlada, forgive me. Cried, he was gone. But the demoniac mentality is he who thinks I can fight the Supreme Lord. That's why instead of surrendering, he prepared to fight. Yes. A person who doesn't know how to choose his proper war is called as Duryodhan. He's called Duryodhan, who doesn't fight properly or does not choose the right fight. So Lord also fought with him. Achha, you have desire to fight? Fight. Why did Lord continue to fight with this demon for some time? He kept fighting for some time. Of course, he also wanted Viryaras. He wanted some sport. We all love action-packed adventure, right? Action. Fight scenes. Why? Because this tendency is coming from Krishna. We are all part and parcels of Krishna. That's why we also like fighting scenes. Ishim, dishim. All these things we like. So Krishna also wanted that, but the main reason of he continuing to play with this person. And this play Acharya has described is exactly like how a father plays with. There is a small son, 2.5 years son. He says, I will play with the father. And the father is also playing with the child. The father is not seriously playing with the child. Imagine the father gives a punch, the child will be knocked off. Father is a very well-built adult. Child is very tender. And Hiranyakasipu is exactly like that. Yes, the child was fighting. Yeah, child may be seriously fighting, but the father is not seriously fighting. He's just blocking. Sometimes father also may prepare. Oh, him also, act. Oh, yeah, I also got hurt. There was just a game going on. It was a play. It was a play that was going on between father and son. It was like that. So Hiranyakasipu was trying nothing. But the main reason Lord was delaying, he had to keep another promise of Brahma. Why? He wanted the time to come in such a way that it is the day and night. Which means the dusk. It's neither day nor night. He wanted that time to arrive because Hiranyakasipu had told. He had got a blessing from Brahma that I will neither die in the day nor in the night. Then what did Lord do? He captured the demon. Now the time has come. He put him on his lap. Why? Because he will neither die in the sky nor he would die on the earth. Yes. Next, he will neither die inside the house nor outside the house. So the Lord brought him at just the border of the home, and so he was neither in nor out. He was on the border, on the doorstep. See how much. In fact, somebody hears the condition of Hiranyakashipu's death. People say it's impossible. No, that's not possible. He cannot die then. He's practically immortal. And that's what Hiranyakashipu also thought. I'm immortal. I cannot die. That's not possible at all. But what is impossible for you and me is possible for the Lord. That's why he's called as Kartum, Akartum, Sarvata Kartum. We can do everything. It was also that he was told he will neither be killed by Astra, Shastra. He will not die. Then they can kill him by poison, right? He will not die with anything dry or wet. So nails are neither dry nor wet, correct? At the same time, nails are neither Astra nor Shastra. They're part of the body. So piercing that was the first ever open heart surgery without anesthesia that happened in the history. Haribol. Hiranyakashipu's abdomen was cut open and Nrsimha Bhagavan took out the intestine and garlanded himself. There was many reasons. Hey, I have appeared here. Nobody came to garland me. All right, I will only garland myself. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes. Some temples. Preacher has to come to the temple and give Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam class has to be given. But on some weekdays, there are no devotees in temple. So there will be a garland which is kept there for the speaker. And the pujari has to go for further service. So speaker will only take the garland oneself and start. Jai Radha Madhava. Start the kirtan. Happens sometimes. So similarly, Nrsimha said, none of you are garlanding me. I'll garland myself. That was one reason. Another reason is Nrsimha was so happy with Prahlada. He said, Prahlada is your son. He has come out from this person. Are there any more Prahlad? You were searching. Are there any more Prahlads inside? I'm looking for Prahlad. I'm not interested in this dream. I'm looking if there are more Prahlads there. Because I love Prahlad. So that was another reason that he tore off his abdomen. Yes, and then Hare Krishna. When Hiranyakashipu was killed, his all followers, again, demons. All these followers, they also charged up against Lord and Lord just finished everything. Now these followers, at least they could have surrendered. So that makes them bona fide demons. They also didn't surrender. Similarly to Dhenukasur, right? First who got delivered is Dhenukasur. Dhenukasur was delivered by Balram. And then what followed? All the donkeys see, they tried to come and attack Krishna Balram. They also were defeated. To sachmuch mein gade, they're actually donkeys. Right? So unfortunate. So he killed all of his followers also, who were fools like him. So when there was no one else to fight, the Lord, roaring with anger, sat down on Hiranyakashipu's throne. He sat there and he was roaring with anger. However, Lord was angry. This first time Lord is angry and the whole world was jubilant. Why? Because there's a demon who's gone. Modayet api sadhu sarpak vichika hatya. Even a saint is happy when a modayet api sadhuri sarpa vichika hatya. When a snake or a scorpion dies, even a sadhu is happy. There's a statement in the Bhagavatam. So similarly, we find here that when Hiranyakashipu died, everybody was blissful, but Lord was angry. And later on, he's pacified by the prayers of Prahlada. So we're very fortunate today to be together discussing this beautiful Nrsimha Leela, the pastime of how Nrsimha Bhagavan appeared for his very wonderful devotee Prahlada. He could have killed Hiranyakashipu easily. He is there as Paramatma in the heart of Hiranyakashipu. He could have just walked out as Paramatma. Next day's newspaper headline will be Hiranyakashipu dies of heart attack. He could have, but he actually came to give pleasure to Prahlada. Prahlada Ahlada Daine. Ahlad is pleasure. So one who gave pleasure to Prahlada is actually Nrsimha. So just like devotee wants to please the Lord wants to please the devotee. So let us all pray to Nrsimha Bhagwan and Prahlad Maharaj on this day. For especially Nrsimha Bhagwan is very merciful in destroying all the obstacles on the path of bhakti. That's why we say Sarva Bhakti Vigna Vinashaka Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai. So let's pray to the Lord for about a few seconds before we conclude today's discussion. That may the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Nrsimha Bhagwan destroy all the obstacles that come on the path of our pure devotion service. And let us all take to this path of pure devotion service very from our heart and go ahead in this particular journey of attaining Krishna Prema. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So now there's no time limit here. I've ended my class not on time. However, if there are devotees who are wanting to ask questions from yesterday's class, today's class, they're most welcome to ask questions. So I will request Priya Mataji to do the decide who asks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We are so blessed and fortunate to have you today with us. And the ground is open for the questions. We may shoot our question to Prabhuji, and Prabhuji would be love to have a question to be answered. So you may just raise your hands, or you can just type it down in the comment below.
So there are 3 types: kirtan, kirtan, kirtan. 3 types. We'll have some kirtans after a few questions. Yesterday we could not have questions, right?
Yeah. If anybody has any questions from yesterday class, they may also ask. We have one raise hand from Chandni Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Prabhuji, I have a question. So we are trying very hard to get into Krishna consciousness, and I have basically 2 questions to ask. So first is, we are in Grasta thing, and so many things going on, like we are living outside India, and it's get very difficult to get devotees association. How can we continue our sadhana? And this is the first question, because every lecture I hear, it's they, like everyone, every Prabhuji and Mataji, they says that they emphasize that one has to have association, devotees association. And the second question I have is,
Can we go one at a time, if that's okay?
Sorry, Prabhuji, can you
Can
repeat?
I address your first question first, if that's okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So you gave answer to your own question, actually. So you asked, like, how do we perform good sadhana? And you yourself answered sadhu sangha. The association of devotees is something that enables us to do good sadhana, because sanghe shaktir kalyuge. In this day and age of Kali, that association is that particular force which is going to empower us to do good sadhana. So, it is very hard to get the facility like how brahmacharis have to stay with devotees always, to stay around with Krishna conscious activities. So it is advised to the grihasthas that from Monday to Saturday, you make your home into temple, and for that one Sunday, you make temple into your home. If we follow this practice, then we will have very good association. It's very important. So other days also, we should treat our home like a temple, right? Have the laminations of deities. Yes, no matter what, have 2 aartis. Chant your japa in the morning itself. Yes, because after morning japa is very difficult. Yes, catch up with the weekly satsang. And Sunday morning, try level best to go to the temple and be with devotees and get that sangha. So these are the few tips. Monday to Saturday, treat your home like a temple. If you think our home is our home, you're not wrong. But it's whose home? It's Krishna's home. So the more we realize this particular fact that we are also living in temple, this is Krishna's home. Let's have a short aarti in the morning, short aarti in the evening, worship with of the laminations, do our japa, yes, and at the same time we ensure that we, yes, whatever time, a little, even little bit, we come in contact with Prabhupada books and the class. Some forums, I don't know about Edmonton Yatra. You're in Edmonton, Mataji? Okay, where are you from?
Toronto, Toronto, Prabhuji.
Okay, you're from Toronto. Okay, fine. So Toronto temple does have daily facility of Bhagavatam, except Monday, Tuesdays, I think. They have everyday Bhagavatam. So we can try to log in the chat. It happens every 7:30 to 8:30 every
So
morning.
Prabhuji, the challenge is like I have a 12 hours of a shift, and then 2 days it's a day and 2 days it's a night. So I'm doing a night shift. I'm sitting in my office right now, and then
Yes.
uh, taking
But
the
still you
class.
managed to come. So that shows your sincerity. You managed to come for the class. Thank you. Thank you. Despite being in the office, you logged in. I'm very grateful to you. So at least whatever possible, what is the principle? Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardhan. Whatever time Krishna has given us, if that time we spend Krishna conscious way, he will give us more time for bhakti. Krishna is wanting to see how much we are valuing the time that is already given. And whatever time already given we do, we will get more time. That's really a secret because Krishna can expand his time. Time he is. Right? So
True,
whatever given,
Prabhuji, and
try to do your best. Okay?
true, Prabhuji, and Prabhuji, I also try to offer bhoga. Like I have deities also at my place, so I morning and evening I try my best. And yes, somewhere you're right that even after giving 12 hours of a shift and doing a household regular thing, and sometimes I get the time, but it is somewhere I feel like I'm not getting that association, or maybe it's because of anartha. So I'm just questioning myself, why is it happening? So I'm just a little confused and not sure what to do.
Yeah. So as you rightly put it, I'm not getting association, but enough association. But how much are we valuing the association that we are getting? But I'm happy that you looked for this association and you come. So glad. Thank you for coming. So this is how sometimes association is available. But whatever little is available, let's take that and let's try to make it a quality. Prabhupada, how much association he had of his spiritual master? How much? Very less. But he made out of that the best. The first time he met, he he got the instruction to preach in the English language in the West. He took it to his heart. The second time, another time, not second time, another last time, in fact, the last time they met, he said, if you ever get money, print books. And he made a BBT for that. One big instruction. He made the instruction so big. He made a wonderful organization, ISKCON. The second one, he made BBT. So many times it is Sangha may be available in little quantity. But how mindfully or how wonderfully we take the little Sangha that's available, that matters a lot. How much Sangha did Prahlad get of his Guru? 4 months, that's it. 5th month of pregnancy till. No, but he applied that association for how many? For the rest of his whole life.
Ji Prabhuji.
Yeah. So sometimes little is available, but let's make that count. Let's take it to our heart and let that be our food, medicine, whatever for the rest of the whole week. That's how we have to play a kabaddi game. You know kabaddi? You have to breathe. And then you enter the court. Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. You have to keep reciting that. So this is like a kabaddi game with Maya. Whatever little we have got, let's take it as the oxygen and let's play our game of kabaddi in the court of Maya. And come back again for the next puff of air. Value what you have got and you'll get more. This is nature's law. Okay?
Ji Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. At this point of time, I'll quickly take some online questions. How can we be determined and faithful like Prahlad Maharaj? How can we only have spiritual desires like Prahlad Maharaj? Wow, Jai. So first of all, determination and faith like Prahlad Maharaj. Faith comes by Sangha. Determination comes by avoiding sinful activities. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. And even, actually, the real faith comes by service to great souls. Having spiritual desires comes by Sangha. Sangat Sanjayate Kama. 2. This is 2.62 Bhagavad Gita. And determination is built by giving up sinful activities. Esham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karma. Each time you starve the body becomes weak. Each time you starve the mind, you become strong. So starving that mind will build a determination. One more online question. Students who are transitioning to corporate with an agitated mind, drifting away from devotion and practices, what advice would you give, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. I would advise such students to remain connected with their spiritual mentors. Hold on to the Sangha. Because the transitioning phases, when you transition as a student to corporate to a grihastha from a married person to a father, mother, there are different phases, and each phase will bring different challenges. And at especially the transitioning phase, we need more guidance and association. So be very steadfast and faithful in adhering to the lotus feet of your mentor. Okay. If there are no more questions, we can
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody has any question to be asked? And if not, I can ask my question. If nobody's asked.
Go ahead, you can ask. No problem.
So, Prabhuji, how can we have faith during the adverse situation of our life? Like to have faith on the Lord that yes, He will gonna protect us. He will gonna not let us fall down, but to have firm faith on the Lord even during the worst phase of our life.
Yeah. Phases of life. Chakravarta parivartante sukhani cha dukhani cha. Sukha and dukha keeps coming like a cycle. It keeps coming. It's a cyclic phenomenon. Yeah. Can keep it there. I'm just getting ready for the kirtan in the end. So the instrument has come. After Priya Mataji's question, probably we'll take. Yes. So difficulties do come. But now we need to meditate on 3 things. Number 1, who's giving us the difficulty? Krishna is Sarva Karana Karana. So its difficulty is given by Krishna. Anything that comes from Krishna is very dear. If you love a person, that person is praising you or chastising you, you will accept it nicely. And Krishna is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. So he's giving it. And if he's giving that difficult phase, is there a purpose? Yes. There is only one purpose. And that only one purpose is to get us closer to him. So why have got this difficulty? To get Krishna closer to. So that I go close to Krishna. Number 3. So what do I do? Let me get closer to Krishna. So all the adversities are servants of your lotus feet. This is what Advaita Acharya told Mahaprabhu. Why? Because they get us closer to Krishna. Many of them became devotees because there was some big problem in their life. So they didn't know what to do and then they just came. And similarly, even after we become devotees, we may be trying to look here and there, getting a little loose in our practice. That time again, a problem comes. Oh, then we get back. Even the demigods, they enjoy life like big opulences, and then the demons come and attack. Then all the demigods go to Lord. Lord, we are all now lost our kingdom, we lost our wives, we lost our vehicles, we lost our bank balance, everything is gone. Okay, all right. Now they're doing bhakti. They will get back everything. So many times adversities are given so that we become, not many times, always, it's given so that we become intense practitioners. To intensify our own sadhana. That's the whole purpose. If we know this, we'll be. But the only misfortune is when the adversity strikes, we forget all this philosophy. And that's why we need to do one thing. We need to have one Vaishnava friend in our life, like Prahlada, who can remind us. Who can remind us of what we forgot. Is that okay? There's one more question by Anjali Mataji. I'll quickly take it. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, other than chanting, what to do to control anger? What to do negative words from people around happily? What to do to take negative words from people around happily? Oh, my God. I'll be very honest here. Anger has to be managed. Now let's take a materialistic example. We know the example of Gandhi. He was thrown out of the coach, first class coach in South Africa. So what did he do? He was angry. It was not that he was not angry. He was very angry. So he channelized his anger properly. Let me then show the anger for the cause. Let me fight the cause rather than just this small incident. We fought apartheid, the racial discrimination. Similarly, our anger has to be channelized. It has to be channelized properly. So once what happened, there was a competition which was conducted. It was an essay writing competition. And we had hosted it, our temple. That time I was a part of ISKCON Pune. So after hosting the competition, there was one young girl. She was calling up our organizations and repeatedly saying that, how can you not give me the prize? I did the best writing. And she was arguing so many things. Finally, we could pacify her. And then we went to our Shiksha Guru and we told like this thing happened. So he made a very wonderful point. He said that let this girl's anger be channelized into preaching Krishna consciousness. There is a force required there. So it has to be channelized from there to here. So many times we have that passion, the vega, manasa vega, krodha vega, but that is there because it has to be channelized for the right cause. So we have to channelize that anger in preaching Krishna consciousness. That vigor, that passion, vent it out there. How to take negative words from people around happily? This particular platform is called as the platform of Sukha Dukkha, Shita Ushna Mana Apman, transcending the dualities. So this will happen naturally when you become spiritually advanced. It cannot be done artificially. At our stage, when we are not so spiritually advanced, we cannot take man and apman so, just absorb it happily. In case there are negative words spoken from some people around, well, I will take it as a task and show my actions otherwise. All right. You tell that I'm unsuccessful. All right, let me work towards success and shut their mouths by success actually. Action speaks louder than words. So take it as a mission rather than anger. And let's root out the problem from the roots. My God, there are two more questions. Whew. Let's make it quick. Hare Krishna, we'll have a hard stop. After these two questions, I'm not taking any more questions. Then small kirtan for pleasure of devotees and we call it a day. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, sometimes I feel I forgot Sangha's prabhav. Okay, prabhav for my karma and maya. My question is, how can I remember the learning that I got from a sadhu sangha and happily apply it from your life? You want to see, there's a sutra which says, you don't use it, you lose it. So the only way, personally, I remember what I've taken from my sangha is to share it with others. What I'm sharing with all of you is nothing but the mercy I've received from my superiors. I'm just sharing that. That's all. And by sharing like this, I try to retain at least something. I may not retain everything. The knowledge that I got is oceanic, but I could just, keep some drops with me. That's what I'm trying to share. You share it, yes, and then it's your asset. You keep it. How do we realize this point that God is all pervading and use that understanding to improve our spiritual practice? Brilliant question. I'll give you homework to read. Just 8.1. I will give you that verse where you can go and just read that particular purport. You can take it as a homework. Just 1 minute. I'll give you the word. It is for 8th canto, 1st chapter. Just 1 minute. The right verse I'll give. I'll just share the screen so that everyone can also see. This is 8.1.11. But a little deliberation can help us see God everywhere. This requires training. And how to train yourself? And that deliberation is something that Prabhupada describes in this purport. 8.1.11. Yes? Okay, 8.1.11. All right. So, if there are any more questions, please contact personally. We'll like to have some kirtan for pleasure of devotees. I don't know if you'll all be able to hear. Google Meet, it was audible. I will just type in my Gmail ID and anyone who wants to ask their questions are most welcome. I reply in within 24 hours you'll get a reply. Okay. Mostly. That's if I'm not traveling. This is my email ID. Are you able to hear anything? Really? Guitar is audible?
Yes.
Yesterday we sang a different tune of Nrsimha. Today we'll sing a different one. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Hiranyakasipu Shrilatanka Nakalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha Bahi Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tavakaram Kamala Naka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Ram Keshavudrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Nrsimha Dev Nrsimha Dev Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj समस्त भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय भक्त श्रोमणी भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय नरसिंह चतुर्दशी महामहोत्सव की जय हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू वेरी मच
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining with us. And thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your such a great association with us and showering us with all the nectar and with your kind words. Thank you so much again. And everybody, thank you so much for joining with us. Prabhuji, we would love to see you more with us more frequently if given a chance. So,
हरे कृष्ण
thank you again, once again. And if anybody has any question, you're free to ask Prabhuji, since Prabhuji has given his email ID to us. So we would like to conclude here. Prabhuji, do you want to say something? Concluding
हरे
words.
कृष्ण concluding words is only thing wish you all a very happy Nrsimha Dev conscious day night whatever the whole day thank you so much hare krishna
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you again. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaiva cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Samast No, you can
समस्त भक्त वृंद की जय हरे कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की जय हरि बोल थैंक यू